Happy Groundhog's Day? Is today Groundhog's Day? I don't know. How's everybody doing today? We have some construction going on around the farm, right outside actually, so we'll step out and look at it. Everybody let me know how my signal is and let me know how the video quality is. We got new, I don't know what they are, but we have something new for the Wi-Fi. It's like a mesh network now, so it should be better, but it's only in the warehouse currently. So if I step outside the warehouse, I might lose the good signal. Hey Alexis, so your house, you can see we got a lot of sand delivered. Thanks Jackie, thanks for letting me know. Is it better than it has been in the past, or is it pretty similar? I'm just curious. Hopefully it's better. But yeah, so you guys see all these giant piles of dirt. We got a lot delivered. This is the start of the new building. Hey Stacy, happy Friday. Oh, that's good, Jackie. Good to know. So you see here, we got this is our 10,000 square foot warehouse here. And over here, this is where we filled in some ponds a long time ago. I think we filled in 8 ponds. And we're going to be putting another building. It's going to be about half the size of the warehouse we currently have. And then, let me just pan around. You guys can just see it's a nice day here in Florida. Wow, I just missed it, but way out there, you see those birds flying? Those are actually spoonbills. They're pink. They're like the color of flamingos. They're coming back around. You guys might be able to see them, but they are bright pink. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Florida. Started off cold. It has been like that lately. It's in the 40s. You can see we still have all the ponds covered. It's been 40s at night, and then in the day it's been in the 70s, 80s. But let's go inside. We'll look at some fish. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. I did get an email from one of our customers with a lot of questions, so if I don't get any, I'll just kind of answer some of those, and we'll talk about whatever he had to talk about, unless you guys have some other questions during this live feed. And if there's any fish you guys want to see, go ahead and request it, and if I can, I'll show them. Hey MMA Sturgeon, good to see you here live. I appreciate you guys watching the videos. Guys, if you can, go ahead and share this video after the fact, and if you can't, share it now. The more you guys share this stuff, the more the word gets out about our company, and helps us grow, and the more we grow, the more different types of fish we have to get in, and that's the exciting part, getting new fish in and being able to offer them to you guys. So please go ahead and share it. Hey Dave, happy Friday. So yeah, I guess it is Groundhog's Day. That's pretty cool. Did he see a shadow? Does anybody know? Way Too Real's asking if we have any 5 to 6 inch male Cuban cichlids. I know we have some Cuban cichlids in. I'm not sure on size, and I'm not sure on male versus female currently. So guys, in the meantime, we'll sit here and talk about these. We're going to talk about these triple red cockatoides here. They're not all triple reds, but we'll talk about these cockatoides. So we had a customer. He's asking about, he wants to breed dwarf cichlids. He didn't say anything specific about types, but he did mention Apistos, he did mention rams. So we're in front of the Apistos here, and they're Apistos in general are my favorite type of fish, so we'll talk about them for a second. So if you're looking to breed Apistos, he asked basically, what is the best approach if you can't buy a bunch of small ones and grow them out together and hope for a pair or just a breeding group? So my answer to that is the best thing you can do is to just start with a pair. Now, if they're available, just order a male and a female. They're going to pair off on their own if you give them all the right conditions. In general, Apistos are relatively easy to spawn. You just need to give them the low TDS water. You need to give them good food. So I like small live foods, like something anybody can do across the country is get mosquito larvae, and then you can hatch baby brine shrimp. That's great even for adult Apistos. They love baby brine shrimp, and it gets them in the mood to spawn. What we have seen here is if they have a constant source of small live food, to them it's like, oh, it's time to spawn. So the more often you give them that live food of baby brine shrimp or anything really small, they're going to want to spawn, and they will spawn. So if you get low pH, good food, you have a male and a female, and you have small caves for them to lay in, they will spawn. And it's the same when it comes to the rams, whether it's German blue rams or the gold rams, the black rams. They're all very similar. They just spawn in a different way. So the rams will lay eggs on a rock, and the Pistos will lay eggs in a cave. Now here we have the Alto Tepiche. Now this is an Apisto that we have seen actually spawns better in small little groups. So instead of a pair, we like to do a harem. So they do good with like one male and maybe 3 or 4 females. One male, we've seen host up to 5 females in one of our tanks. Now, they'll still do just fine in pairs, but they do good in small groups as well. One that we have seen, I don't see any in here currently. Let me see if there are any. Oh, here we go. So here we got the Epistogramma borellii opal. What we've seen here is now they breed better in pairs. So we always try to keep them in pairs. We don't have one male and multiple females if we can when it comes to our breeding tanks. Here we have the Apisto D18. Now with these guys, we've seen they do better in pairs. So each species is going to be a little different. In a sales tank, they're just fine. But if you're at home and you're trying to breed them, I would recommend a pair versus a harem. And you can see the males and females are colored up already, even though they're kept in a heavier population. But we do get them spawning in these tanks. So I'm going to read some of you guys' questions here. Oh, Fat Fish, you're asking about what other species we have. So we have, these are the D18. Next door we have the Pac-Man Apisto, which is the D12. This is my personal favorite that we currently have. I spawn these guys at home just as a hobby, just for fun. They're always breeding in my tank. This is a species that does better in a harem. I have one male to like 7 females in a 75 gallon, and I have 3 or 4 spawns of fry in the tank at all times. It's pretty fun to watch. It's very cool to watch how the fish interact with each other and how they have their own territories. We also have the triple red cockatoides. We have the Peruvian cockatoides. Well, they're not Peruvian. We have the triple red cockatoides mixed with the wild type Peruvian. We're doing that for genetics, to try to get new genetics into our lines. We looked at these B grade triple reds. Now these are just fry from triple reds, but we feel like there isn't enough red on their fins, so we're just selling them at a little lower cost. We're breeding, but we don't have available, but we are breeding McMasterai Red Gold, and we're breeding Epistogramma Hongsloy, and we're breeding Epistogramma Agassiz Fire Red, but we currently don't have any of those available. Hello, Lynx. Hello, Alan. Alan wants to see some large African cichlids. We can do that. So, if you guys notice, I try to show a little bit of everything every week. A lot of people know us for our African cichlids, and that is our kind of main clientele. But we do carry plenty of other fish. So I do try to get a fair amount of time for all the different types. Here we have some. Now these tanks have all been medicated just recently. This is just something we do every other day just to prevent ick. So this is just an ick X type treatment. So their tanks will be a little bit blue. So these are OB peacocks. They're about 3 to 4 inches. They might be a little bit bigger. They might be 4 to 5. So we got these. We have a big electric blue fryer eye. He's probably 5 inches, 5 to 6 inches. Susan, we do not have any wood cats currently. This fish is sold. It's marked on the tank, but it's an Albino Banga. Let's go around to the male side, all male side, and see what we have. We might be kind of low on stock right now, guys. We have been really busy on the back end in the greenhouses. So here we have some Malarai Island. Down here we have the Obialis. These guys are always fired up. I feel like I'm always showing these guys, but they're just always colored up. There's always new ones coming in and out. This guy's looking really good. We have some Walteri. Now these guys take a while to color up. These are the Otopharynx Walteri. Really cool fish, got an interesting shape to them, a little bit different than what you'd normally see. If you want to see what they look like colored up and dominant, definitely check out the picture on the website. But these are all 3 to 4 inch males here. They just, there's one kind of colored up. It's hard to see with the medication in the water and the only having a couple fish in the tank being dominant. Here's a nice one. So here we got the yellowhead Nakata Bay. So you can see all the fish in here. I really like this fish in their egg spots. They really stand out. Goran's asking about albino dragon bloods. Now I'm not sure if we have any. Normally there's some up here. We have the Albino Bangas here. Let me walk through and see if we have any, and I'll show them how they're looking. These green face undue points are looking good. Fatfish, we'll go look at the regular blue cars in a second. I've seen you ask a couple times. We'll get to that one. Got the Taiwan Reefs. yellow blaze. These are the German strain. They're hiding back there. You see they got a lot more yellow in them. The yellow goes farther into the body and into the tail. We have the regular dragon bloods here. So these guys are German strain. You can see they're more orange, pink orange rather than red orange. And I think I get this request a lot. And I haven't shown them, I don't think, recently, but here's the albino blue dolphins, or the albino morai. You can see they got some nice purplish to them, bluish purple. So I'm not sure if we have the, looks like we're out of stock. I could be wrong, I might have walked past them on the albino dragon blood, but what I find is the albino dragon blood is almost always really, really red compared to the regular dragon blood. Now, not all, I don't mean always, it depends on dominance and everything, but when it comes to which one is more red, I feel like the albino is going to be more red. So here are the regular blue acaras. They're inch to inch and a half, so they're on the smaller side right now. But these guys are really cool. Look, this guy's got a lot of color right here. He's really nice. He's one of the bigger ones in the tank. I'm not sure about having any fire red haps albino in. Daniel, no, we do not. And I actually had a regular pair, a wild caught pair of Epistogramma agassizi. They were blue and yellow. They were really nice, but they just never spawned for me. I had a pair, and they never spawned, never spawned, never spawned. And it got to a point where I needed the tank for something else, so I actually sold the pair. And the person I sold them to, they still haven't spawned for them either. And we haven't had a lot of luck breeding the agassizi here yet, so that is something I need to do some more research on. They might just be a little bit more difficult compared to some of the other types. We have some people looking at the show tank, guys, but when they're done, we're gonna walk over there. The South American show tank, the one in the middle, if you guys are familiar, got some new fish and a little bit of a makeover with some new rock work and stuff to accommodate those new fish. So when they're done before the end of the feed, we'll walk over there and look at the show tank. It's pretty cool. Here we got the Hericthes carpentis, or the green Texas. Susan, that's a great question. So Susan asked, do you ever see odd sex ratios in dwarf cichlids, like males versus females in spawns? Yes, and it's not only dwarf cichlids. We see it in rainbow fish as well. For example, here, when we breed our triple red cockatoides, for whatever reason, once we grow them up, we're getting like 99% males to like 1% females. So it's really interesting. We're trying to mess with temperature to see if that's it. I'm assuming that's it, because that's what it is for rainbow fish, and it's a known thing with rainbow fish is sex can be determined due to temperature as they're fry or developing. So yes, we do see that, but not in all different types that we currently breed. But specifically the one I can think of, and actually it's the only one I can currently think of, and it's the triple red cockatoides. We're not seeing it in the Peruvian, the wild Peruvian cockatoides that we spawned. We're not seeing it in the Peruvian spawning with the triple reds. So it could be genetic in our triple reds, or it could be temperature. Not too sure yet. So that was a really good question. Thank you, Susan. John's asking about red OBs or red peacocks in general. Yeah, we have some. The OBs we have a breeding pond of, so we haven't touched it yet. It's a newer pond, so hopefully soon we're gonna have a lot more OBs in different colors of them. Yeah, happy Friday, Harvey. Thank you. MMA Sturgeon asked, any more plans on Pandawaru? So yes, but we always want to bring them in, but we have to import them, and they were imported from the wild, so we don't make wild orders very often, import orders, so hopefully we can change that, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying at the... Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this to focus here. Goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Just go ahead and share this, guys. Help us grow, and the more we grow, the more opportunity we'll have to order in more fish, more different types, more often. All right, guys. These aren't on the website yet, but they will be soon. They're under quarantine. Let's go over here, actually. These were extra breeders. Now, they lost a significant amount of color just with moving from one side of the farm to the other. They were in a vat. These are just our extra male breeders. So these are the Lake Antino Bosemani. They're anywhere from like 3.5. They're like 3.5 inches, or maybe 2.5 to 3.5. There are some smaller ones in here, so. But these guys were like really fired up. The colors were really, really good. But they just got moved, so they're a little bit colored down. But in a couple days after they go through our quarantine, and we make sure that they're not getting icked due to stress or anything, they'll be available. And we don't have that many. I think we have about 25 of them in total. But these were extra males. Our ratio was way off. Just over the years, the ratio slowly dwindled down to where we had way more males than females, actually. So we fixed that yesterday. John, I just showed the albino blue dolphins. We can look at some of the Venustus if I can find them. Nothing new in small loaches. No, we have no new small loaches coming in or about to be on the website. Malawi trouts as well. Yeah, we can look at those. Before we do that, if you guys didn't catch the video yesterday, these should be up. These are the Phocochromis rostratus. They're unsexed. They're 2 inches, so they'll probably be listed as 2 to 3 inches. If you're patient and you have a place for them, these fish are a really cool one. Make sure you have a big tank though. There goes the gimbal, guys. It's doing a whole circle. Let me see if I can get this thing to turn around, guys. Sorry about that. Every now and then the gimbal does weird things. It looks like my battery might die soon, so hopefully we can make it to the end. Yeah, Daniel, and one of the things about a lot of the rainbows is it's just so hard to get pictures for us because a lot of them are being kept in breeding vats, and you can't just get a tank, you can't just get a picture of them in the vat like that unless you take them out of the water and do a quick photo of your hand with your hand. But then it kind of looks back because you have fish out of water you're taking photos of, and we want all of our photos to be, not, we want most of our photos, if not all of them, to be in one of our photo tanks with the black background and a similar setting, so we kind of have like the same overall setting for all of our pictures. But they don't color up as well. The second they get a little bit stressed, it takes them a day or two to color back up, because we're taking them from one location to the next. So we don't really have time to always let them color back up. So that's an unfortunate thing. These are the firefish, guys. So here's a red peacock. So these guys are just another hybrid, very similar to a dragon blood. See if there's any more questions coming in. Yeah, it is a lot about timing. So we do have a photographer that we work with. He's also the same person who films and edits some of our videos, so, or actually all of our videos. So he's busy as it is, and then he's trying to get photos of fish, which takes a lot of patience. What you see, what you get, Malawi trout. If we have a nice one, yes. So guys, with the what you see, what you get, what we try to do is only do fish that are like nicer than what the average is. So like if you were going to purchase a fish from us, we just want to make sure it's nicer, and in a couple different ways. Normally it's nicer as far as size goes, so usually we just try to get a bigger fish, and the rest of them should all look very similar, if not the same, depending on the fish. They might look different if we're talking about an OB. So we're not gonna, those what you see, what you get. So we just want to make sure that it's worth our time to film the video and get it on the website, because like I said, everything takes time, and we're very busy here. So if we have a nice fish of what was the fish requested? Malawi trout. If we have a nice large colored up Malawi trout, then yes, that is something we can do. But as far as just like an average, like here we're looking at blue morai. These guys are 1 to 2 inches. I wouldn't what you see, what you get, a 1 to 2 inch blue morai, just because it's not, it wouldn't make any sense. Here's the albino Taiwan reef. This guy's really cool. It's a different, you get a different color with these guys as far as albinos go. They got like a yellow body, and they get some peach colored in them. You can see right there, there's some peachish on the fins. Then you get blues. They get similar colors to like the albino turkis, but I think these guys are really cool. It's for an albino. And actually, it's hard to see if their eyes are actually red, so it's hard to tell if they're actually albino or not. From the looks of it, it's not, but it could just be a leucistic thing going. But these guys are really nice. The wild Colombian Oscars, those guys are right over here. I can show those real quick. I may have walked past them. Hold on. They've been moved since I last saw them, so I'm not seeing them down here. We've still got these leaf fish, guys. These guys are really cool. If I come across those Oscars, I'll show them, the wild Colombians. They are pretty cool. They're nice. They got a different pattern. They might be, there's the potential they could be a different species. I know there's been some new species coming out of the wild. But as of right now, we're just selling them as wild Colombian Oscars. So now, guys, I didn't see them. We'll go down this other aisle. They could have been moved. They are a hardier fish. This is our soft water rack. And they could have been moved to the hard water because they adjust just fine. Here we're looking at the red turquoise discus. So guys, I think I may have showed some earlier in the week, but here we got the red turquoise discus. They're about quarter size. And then over on this other side, we have the Alenker discus, which is a wild form. So you get like this, the wild color of them. These are also about a quarter size. And then we have the apricot discus, which are like an orange, they're an apricot color. So it's pretty cool that we're getting some more types of discus in. Now these were locally bred in Florida. We didn't breed the apricot or the Alenker. We did breed the red turquoise discus. Still have a lot of cardinal tetras. These were wild caught. So this is just 2 of the tanks. We have four tanks of these cardinal tetras. And let's go look at the show tank real quick. That's got to be mindful. There are people eating lunch. There are employees over here. So we'll look at the one tank and try to avoid them while they eat. So you guys can see right off the bat the difference here. We have the giant terracotta pot added, or it's clay pot. I don't see the fish yet. I see them on the other side, so we'll swing around. So guys, we finally moved these Sabrina Pikes, and it looks like we might have a pair. Let's follow them around the tank. So one of them, after we put them together, the smaller one's belly turned bright pink. And it's not as noticeable now, but earlier her belly was, well, its belly was pink, and we're hoping it could be a pair. This is a fish that you cannot usually sex, but you can see right there, see her belly is pink. These guys are really cool. And hopefully that would be really, really great if we got a pair and they spawned in here. We only ordered 2, and if we ended up with a pair, that'd be really good odds for us. Now, I can't see in there yet, but we did have one of the one of the Severums, I believe it was the Tiger Severum, took over this cave the second we put it in there. He is kind of the big, where is he? Right here. He runs the tank. So he is the tank boss, but nope, the big one's actually over there. This one's actually getting beat up a little bit. And yeah, Daniel, those cardinals are really nice, and they've been really healthy. They were wild caught. Daniel, the Satanaperca, those are the Jurapari. Hey, how's it going, Ali Sean? So if anybody has any knows anything more about these guys, that'd be nice to know if this is a pair. I haven't done a ton of research. All I'd know is that at one point these were like the first fish to ever go in operation to determine sex, male versus female, and I believe they got like a ultrasound done on them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, those are nice Sabrina Pikes. So they were just added today, and they settled right in. Nobody's messed with them. They haven't messed with anybody. So fingers crossed, it's a potential pair. But you never know with them. All right, guys. So let's see if there's any last-minute questions I can answer. Hello, Cotton. How you doing today? Hopefully all your aquariums are doing good. Susan, we do not have any Cory barbatus currently. These guys aren't sick, but they are under treatment. Now, something pretty cool happened earlier this week is these are our black rams. These aren't the black rams we're currently breeding. We buy these. We're building our supply of our own personal black rams. They're much darker than us, but it's really cool is they've spawned in here last week. They beat each other up a little bit, so they're under quarantine. Malawi gar. Let me see if I can find any. We just missed it, guys. There was a female laying an egg right here, a female aquilonium, and the male fertilized it. I just missed it. So we have hawks. We have some hawks right here. Malawi hawk. Malawi hawk. We have some Malawi gar right here at the smaller size. I'm not sure on the trouts. I'm not sure if we have any. What do we have down here? Some small Walteri. So I think that's about it, guys. The tetrastigma, I believe they just went on the website yesterday. We were doing inventory. Really nice fish, so that's gonna be it for today, guys. Alishan, we do have some raccoon tetras left. I'm not sure if they're spoken for yet. Yeah, Alishan, the aquilonium are breeding. We breed them on the other side in the greenhouses. They spawn just fine for us. But those ones are, the ones up here are for sale, so. Guys, here are the raccoon tetras, and then I'm gonna head out for the day. Thank you guys for joining today. Please share the video. It's gonna help us grow. It's gonna help us get new fish for you guys. Really appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week.